Hey guys, thanks for clicking on. Come on for a ride with me. Don't forget to subscribe, like, put a comment down. Looking forward to hearing from you. Hey guys, I'm here at the War Museum to see what's happening. You know, I got the sister to a vehicle in here that I've been dying to see. Never thought I'd ever had the chance to come and see it, and the rest of the weird, wonderful stuff. Hopefully I don't get any ideas for restoring any more weird shit. Come on in, guys.
How happy are you right now?
I tell you what, it's very interesting. I really don't know what to think, to be honest with you. It's kind of overwhelming, actually. Looks like a genuine bullet hole.
What's that?
A genuine bullet hole right there.
Huh.
I do believe them are Vickers that are on there. Mike has a piece in this here place. Right here. It's got enough rust on it for Mike to have owned it at one time. It's just, it needs a wax and a spark plug.
Is this what you have?
I do, but this is interesting. This is interesting. I don't know what this is. I know what it is, but I don't know what it is. It doesn't have, the pieces aren't where they're supposed to be on it.
Well, why don't you ask the gentleman, because he probably knows what it is.
What is this? Do you know?
Some don't have it, but this one got it. M9A1.
These lights aren't right.
What? It's a museum. Everything's usually right.
They're not right for the things that we're used to looking at.
Oh.
They're not right because usually they mount off the radiator or they mount on the fender, and the fenders are different. So it's a model that I don't, like I say, who knows? If the Canadian were different or not. Mine is different. Mine comes with a 2.5 pound gun on it. Tank destroyer, there's 28 of them made.
That's great. I'm not the expert.
Okay?
I'm just here to tell you where things are.
So
They're very nice to drive. If you ever get a chance to drive one, they're very nice to drive.
Well, they were used by lumbermen.
lumber
End of the
mills?
war.
Lumber mills?
Yeah, you're taking the
Of course, in the bush and everything. Yeah, of course.
So they would be.
There's a lot right
They would be
here.
great to drive.
Yeah.
Cousin must have been working here. Extra bolt.
Okay, put that back.
It's not off this thing. It's off something else. It doesn't have the right markings on it. My friend has one of these.
This is cool.
Yeah, it's got a flathead in it too. These are not bad because fat guys like me can get in them. The interesting thing about this stuff is people back there were small. Like, I mean small, like maybe 140 pounds. And this stuff, you get into it, like these tanks, good luck getting into one. You can get in there, but you can't do nothing. They're too small on the inside.
Ugh.
Like you can't do.
I could.
T34,
I could.
5 feet, 230.
Yeah, they're like, my buddy has a bunch of tanks. You whatever. You just look at them; they look really nice. But these open top ones are good for fat people, and that's why that half track is nice too, because it's easy to get into. And then Brengen carries are nice because you can get into them. That was missing its fenders, but yeah.
Only place for one person, so we didn't do the battle of the Atlantic. It was only attacking the coast.
I have parts for one of these.
It looks like we're going to speak to Mr. Miller.
You know that?
That'd be cool, to do some bartering and selling.
Here's a V1.
Yes. So it's one of the prototype of
The prototype, yes.
Yeah, Sunday there's no real place, so we have to cut the
I have one of these.
What?
It's a Beaufort's 40.
Where?
You trip over it every time you come in my shop. Mine is a display model. It's a cutaway.
Oh, I think I've seen it.
This gun has shot down more things than any other gun made. It was used from all sides. I do believe the Germans used it, the Canadians used it, the US owned it. It was on ships, it was on the ground. This here looks like a ship mount, this one, by looking at it.
How the hell they shoot something out of the sky with that?
Just like that. Away we go. It's good for, I think, for 6 miles it'll shoot.
What?
I think that's what it is, 6 miles. Yeah. It was made in, it'll tell you here. It was made in Sweden, I think. I think it's a Sweden-made gun. I tell you what, it's interesting what humanity does to humanity for somebody's quest, and not the people's quest. The people in control wanting and what they do to their people. It's very, very interesting. This is fairly interesting.
What is it?
I'm just taking it for granted, but I would think a landmine hit it. It's a G-Wagon. Yeah, landmine.
Thoughts?
It's very interesting. It brings a little bit of emotion out looking at all this. It's, you look at all this stuff, and the first thing that comes to my mind is the carnage and loss of human life, happiness, ruining entire families' lives. It doesn't sit very well, to be honest with you, at all. Yeah. Here's something funny. Several years ago, I'm unpacking stuff. My kid comes over to me. He's about, I'd say probably about 5 years old. Maybe a little, maybe 8. He goes, "Hey, Dad." He goes, "What is this?" He says, "It looks like a telephone," he says, "but what's the round thing on the front for?" We've come a ways. Interesting. I do believe that's an airdrop bicycle.
A what?
Airdrop bicycle. They drop them bicycles out of airplanes. You'd parachute and you'd take your bicycle with you, and that's how you got around Europe. Pedal bike. Yeah. Folding bicycle. Items right there. Paratroopers, yeah. They used them bicycles before they had Teslas. Like you either had your Tesla or your pedal bike. They choose the pedal bike. You know, the interesting thing that people don't know is back in the middle, I don't know about the First World War, but the Second World War, women put all this stuff together. There was about one man to every probably 300 women working in these factories putting stuff together. The women built everything back in the day. Machinists, riveters, hence Rosie the Riveter. Canada had their own person. The US had Rosie the Riveter. Canada had the Bren Gun Girl. World War. You hear stories about it, and there hadn't been a war in a while. And the French, my grandmother come from France, and it was very interesting. They would get in a taxi cab and take a taxi to the front of the war in some places to where they were going, pack a lunch and figure they were going to work for an average day's work when they went there. It really hadn't set in to what they were about to encounter or do. Like, they were oblivious to the destruction and mayhem that they were about to encounter. Very interesting. That's interesting. This guy here's got a Lewis gun. Lewis gun. This guy here's got either a Vickers or a Bren gun, or not, a Vickers or a Vickers. Yeah. Anyways, that guy there, he's got a Lewis gun. That guy there's probably got a Maxim or a Vickers gun. You can just tell by looking at them, and the rest are Mark 1, Mark 2s. It's I don't know. I tell you what, I don't know what to say. Fairly controversial thing. You know, Don Cherry, a bunch of years ago, made a comment about the poppy and got ridiculed for it. And it's very interesting. As you come here today and you see what everybody gave to the country, and yet how they took it away from Don Cherry when he expressed himself about the poppy. He may not did it in the proper way, but the expression was there. And as a nation, as a country, it is interesting how we forget our past and what the people laid down for our happiness. You know, it doesn't sit well with me at all. Hey guys, we just come through the museum here and finished looking at all the stuff. It's a very interesting thing. It's very emotional, actually, to go through there and look around at it. You know, the first thing, the response that you have that comes to your mind is, wow, what a lot of neat equipment. And then you start thinking about it a little bit and you go, how many people did that piece kill? You know, the second thing that comes to your mind, and then you get thinking about it, you look over there at that piece and think, how many people did that kill over there? And it kind of brings up some emotion in you a little bit, like, wow, why did we do this to our own kind? I don't know. Because a couple people want something? I can guarantee you that the people there, either side, didn't really want to go to war. They're quite happy planting some gardens and growing something and, you know, chasing their horse around the block. I don't know. But I tell you what, it is worth your while to come and take a look through it. And remember,